Hey, tutors, it's Cheryl from Tutoring with Cheryl and the tech coach for tutors. Can you believe that we are already in November? I can hardly believe it. And I got to tell you, I just keep getting more and more students all of the time. I'm fully booked. I'm loving what I'm doing, and I want to share some secrets with you about how you can be fully booked too. Here's the deal. When we first get started, it's really hard to get students. The hard, fast truth is that this is not a simple thing to do. It takes time, it takes energy. And I think if you're a teacher who's thinking, oh, I'm going to leave the classroom and I'm just going to post a sign and everybody's going to come flocking to me and I'm going to be fully booked, you might be unpleasantly surprised that that didn't actually happen for you. So let's take a moment to think about what you could do instead. If you've never met me before, and this is like the first time you're like, who is this person? And how does she even know what she's talking about? I have had experiences. I'm moving into the fourth year of my tutoring business. It's almost hard to believe that I'm almost at year four. And I left the classroom after having a wonderful 32 years in education, but it was really hard to leave. I'm going to tell you, I shed a lot of tears. I wasn't sure what my next step was. And if that happened to you, you can relate, right? Or maybe you're feeling that anxiety right now. Or maybe you're just feeling like you've just been in the classroom and there's so much to do and you are just run ragged and there's got to be an easier way to continue to do what you love to do. I'm going to tell you that even if I worked half as much as what I worked in the classroom, I would still be extremely successful as a tutor, but it might take time. I never work as hard as what I worked in the classroom. I would come home, I would be so tired, I would lay down on the couch, kick my shoes off, elevate my feet. And my husband would be like, bad day? And I'm like, yeah, bad day. Can you tell? He'd be like, what's for supper? I'm like, what's for supper? I'm so tired. I can't hardly think. And then, there was always a child that needed to be run somewhere, and it was just a lot of work. Now, I will never tell you to step away from your job unless you have another plan. And as a matter of fact, I did not leave my teaching career without having some thought in the back of my mind about what I was going to do. However, I was blessed because I knew that I only had a year to go before I could actually get my retirement benefits. And I could have stayed another year, but I didn't want to stay and be miserable. I wanted to go out feeling still good about the job that I had done and still loving what I had to do, and thus the tears. Okay. So that was kind of my background story. And when I started, I had one student. I had one student. I literally put a little decal on my car with my old website address, and I had a former parent reach out to me and say, hey, so and so is going into this grade. They're behind. Can you help them with this skill? I said, sure. And I started by going to their house. It was a great plan to start with. I still felt really connected to the classroom. But as I gradually increased the number of students that I had, and then knowing that winter was coming, thinking, do I really want to be out in the dark and driving when it's cold and blizzarding? And do I really want to go into people's houses when they have the flu? I don't think so. And so I asked all my parents if they would switch online, and everybody switched except for one. And they had a good reason. They had some kids with some disabilities, and I really did need to sit with them. So I continued to work with them until they gradually we released from one another. And that is really how it goes with tutoring. You're going to work with kids for a while and then you're going to make the transition. But here's the thing, if I can do this, you can do this too, but you might need a blueprint. You might need some steps like what are the steps that I need to be thinking about? What are some things that I need to have in my head? Well, I have two things that you can do, but before I get to them, I want to tell you kind of a little bit more about my story. I needed to determine who was I going to tutor? How was I going to do it? Where was I going to meet them? How much was I going to charge? How long was I going to be available? And how was I going to spread the word? And that was really, really tricky. So along the way, I found lots and lots of things that worked and lots of things that didn't work. And so I have made two things available to you. One is a free resource, and it's listed here in the description, and you can go and pick it up. I'm actually going to go see if I can read the title for it. I think it was 10 essential things to consider when tutoring. You'll see it in the description. We won't take the time to open it up. But my second one is a course. And actually, I just thought of a third thing that I can offer you. So my second one is a course, techniques for setting up your own private tutoring business, where I literally take you through the thinking and then you think about it and then you have homework and you go do it. And you can speed that course as fast as you want, or you can take your time. Maybe you're still in the classroom and you're just kind of gradually going to do one little thing at a time every month until you sign off and say, I'm done. But again, please do not walk away from a job that is paying you and maybe you have some benefits from, because as a private tutor, you won't have that. So you need to determine, how much money do I actually need to make per month to pay the bills that I have? And I make plenty of money during the month to pay my bills. As a matter of fact, we even have a little bit left over. So you can make a really good living. Right now, I make a 4-figure salary. I haven't made the 5-figure salary like everybody else, but guess what? I have a great quality of life. I am a grandma now and I can still go see my grandkids. They can come see me. And I've got some really awesome tools that allow me to do all of that. I use TutorBird. And as a matter of fact, if you're not using TutorBird and you want to use it, I'm going to put my link down below, because you can sign up for a month and use it for free if you even like it, or just explore it. It's got my scheduling, it's got my billing, it's got my website, it's got my email. These are all things that I have to have in order to work with students. Now, of course, if you don't have any students, you don't need that yet. But maybe you do have students and you're drowning. You're like, oh my goodness, I need some help. This is for those seasoned tutors that are out there. But the information that I have will help anybody with their tutoring. And the final thing that I have to offer with for you is a power hour. If maybe you're just getting started and you really are scared and you need some coaching and some ideas, you can sign up for a power hour with me. Maybe, and most recently, I did a free power hour for tutors in the Tech Hub for Tutors, our Facebook group. I'll make sure to link that in the description below. I did a free power hour where I met with one of the members of the Tech Hub paid membership and two that are not. And I coach them through some marketing things. And that is inside of the Tech Up for Tutors private membership group. Oh, I'll link that below too. I sound like I'm a salesperson. Well, I kind of am. Here's the thing. You can go and you can look for all of the free stuff that's out there. There's a lot of free stuff that's out there. And you can go and you can spend thousands of dollars to work with a coach. Or you can find the right coach for you and you can get the help that you need. So check out the links that I'm including. There might be some golden nuggets there for you that will give you the confidence and the skills to take the first step forward from wherever you're at. If you're just building in the building stages like I was a few years ago, or if you're a seasoned professional and you're in a slump, or maybe you just moved from one state to the other and you're starting all over again because maybe you didn't keep the clients that you had because you're an in-person and you didn't want to do online. Hey, listen, if you're moving, bring those students with you. Tell them that you're going to move online. If you know how to do it, join the Tech Hub for Tutors private membership and learn. You can learn from somebody like me. Okay, I got to wrap it up because I've got students to teach. I am fully booked. Well, I always have room for more, but I'm going to say fully booked, booked enough that I can pay my bills and still have a great quality of life. All right, go over to my website, Tutoring with Sheryl, tutorbird.com, and check out the links that I have there. I have a lot of free reading resources, and I also have lots of information for the Tech Hub for Tutors. Make it a great day, and as usual, keep the learning going.